what our alums do. Again, these are some of the reasons that our students come back for professional development, for promotions. A lot of students have been in the same jobs and their employers have told them, you gotta have a bachelor's degree so you can move up to the next level. They want a career change, personal development, bridges to master's programs, bridges to medical or law degree. Medical or law degrees, programs don't require a specific bachelor's degree. They just want to see a bachelor's degree. So students sometimes come to our program and say they want to go over to John Marshall or wherever it is. So any final questions before I get Joe up here? Okay. Okay, Joe, one of our alums, is going to talk about his experience.
Where's my picture?
I didn't have it.
I'm not an editor brochures or nothing. I'm like,
It's going to be you.
okay. All right.
We're here in person. So
Yeah,
we don't
very
need-
good. Okay. The CITL, the Board of Governors, when I went to the change of CITL, and you can still use that name. That's cool. I really talk a lot about this program. As Rosa said, anybody that I think might be able to benefit from it, I'll bring it up to them and say, hey, have you heard about the Board of Governors program? But have you heard about the CITL program? The basic thing, and they covered a lot of it, but you really kind of need to know what you want to do to really take a benefit of the program. And if you, like, say for instance, when I first started, let me just give you a little bit about my history. When I graduated high school, I had a military scholarship and I went to Hampton University as an undergraduate. I was an engineering major for electrical engineering. Then I got halfway through and decided I wanted to go active duty military. So I left school, went active duty, and served for quite some good time. So I had a lot of military background and education. Then when I decided to get off active duty, I went into the medical field, by the way. So I had a lot of credits from medical laboratory and different things like that. Then after I got off active duty, I went to the reserves. They wanted me to become a nurse. I was like, okay, nursing is interesting. So I actually went back to school and did a certificate in practical nursing, which is a licensed practical nurse is not quite high as an RN, but they still have their own license and practice and such and so forth. So after I left, I did that at Triton College. When I left Triton, I was looking for places to go because I had 60-something college credits from Hampton University. You know, I had another, I don't know how many credits because I finished my associates while I was at Triton and I did my certificate in nursing there, so I had all these credits there. And I was like, I got all these college credits, you know, where can I go? I looked at USC, I looked at Easter, I looked at a lot of different schools, and I ended up going to Barrett College of North and Lake Forest area. And I chose that because I decided that I wanted to follow, you know, biology and chemistry and all that stuff. And then I got deployed. So that didn't work out too well because I had to leave school anyway. So when I came back, I ended up being in this area, and I never heard of Governor State University, which I'm always telling people about Governor State too because it's a great place to be. So when I heard about Governor State and I went to talk to somebody about the program, I was like, oh my God, because all these other schools that I looked at, even if they took my hours, the most that they were taking were 60 college credits, and I had way more than that. And it was like, you know, why would you only take 60 credits? I mean, they're at, you know, upper level division. I mean, they're all good. They're not that old. You know, so I couldn't figure it out. Like, what's going on? And then on top of that, they wanted you to do at least 30 to 60 residential hours. So it's like, I mean, any place you go was looking at least a year and a half to 2 years that you had to take classes at the school before you get a degree. I'm like, it's like starting all over again. So when I found out about this program, I was so happy that they took all my college credits, they took my associate's degree, everything. I was maxed out. All I had to do was the residential hours to the 24 credits, and I'd have a degree. I was like, yes. And I was already looking forward to physical therapy as something that I was looking for. So I made sure that all the other classes that I had, and it was stuff that I didn't have any like psychology courses, you know, because wasn't a touchy-feely type guy. I like math and science and that kind of stuff. So, psychology, I had to take a sociology course, an econ course, but those were courses that I needed that fit some of the requirements for what I was looking to go into in the future. As well as I had the science background. I took a couple of science classes to kind of pad it up a little bit. So if you're thinking about what you want to accomplish, you can really plan it out, like they were saying, kind of plan out your roadmap to what you want to do. And even with you, you're kind of like, okay, I don't know what I want to do yet. It's still okay because you still have a lot of time, you have a lot of flexibility in figuring it out. And one thing that I wanted to piggyback from her is that, say if you decide to go to communications, you can graduate right away. But if you wanted to stay an undergraduate and do something else, as far as like, say if you wanted to do the MBA and you needed to have a certain amount of requirements, you could actually delay your graduation and take some other classes while you're still an undergraduate because it's a lot cheaper. So just because you're done doesn't mean you have to graduate right away. You can still kind of drag it out if you need to get into another program where you save a little bit more. Also, another thing that a lot of people don't tell you is if you do graduate and you decide that you want to take classes here for a graduate program that you want to attend here, everything that you take at the graduate level counts to your